Hello, everybody. This is Anfra, host of the Yams talk show, Yams 3C. Good afternoon. We are live and in living color here, you guys. We get signed on really good here. Yes, we are. We are live. All righty. Hello, Memphis. Hello, Detroit, and around the world. Again, this is Anfra, host of the Yams 3C talk show, along with my co-host, Mr. Robert Johnson, Zero Nair, the Yams correspondent Quintin and my special guest tonight, Mr. Mike Love. We are going to talk about a very critical and conscious conversation tonight, you guys. I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to sign on and then share this video. I'm gonna share, Robert, I'll share it to your page. Mike, you want me to share it to your page, or can you share it to your page, Mike?
I already did.
You already did? Okay, good. Okay, Quintin, I see you share it to your page. Let me share it real quickly. You guys, we are talking today about jealousy in the Black community. As you guys know, the world knows that a young lady in, where is she from? North Carolina?
I think so.
I think it was North Carolina. Shaquilla Robinson was killed a few weeks ago by her friends, you guys, for lack of better words, in St. Lucas, I think it was Cabo, however you pronounce it. I don't know if you guys saw the video. It's disturbing. I watched it a couple of times. I can't watch it anymore. Of one of her friends, this person beating her while she was naked, you guys. I can't hardly talk about it. It's so disturbing. But because of jealousy, and jealousy runs rapid in the Black community. It has been a pandemic since slavery. Do you guys agree? It's been a pandemic since slavery, a viral pandemic. It plays every family, every household, sisters and brothers, aunties, cousins, church members, family members, neighbors. It is so heavy and deep and viral long before we know what viral was. It has been a form of slavery, in my opinion, that has been swept under the rug. We don't like to talk about it, but it is so prevalent in our lives, and it has taken so many lives. Hi, Renwick. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, guys. Please comment today. Hi, Chad. Oh my God, how you guys? Let me share this real quick before we get started here, you guys. We're gonna probably go over an hour, so if you guys can't stay. Hi, Sean. Sean Washington says, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining, you guys. Please comment. I will write your comments. Hi, Greta. Oh my. Greta says, yes, we saw it also, and for oh my God, my heart was so hurt talking about the video, you guys. Robert, did you see the video? Robert.
I did see the video.
Okay. Quintin, you saw it? Did you get a chance to see it?
Yep.
Okay. And I know, Mike, you told me you didn't want to watch it, and I understand that. So, but you understand what happened. We're talking again about jealousy. I keep saying, let me share this video. I got to put on all my group pages. Just a second here.
So I saw the video.
Go ahead.
In a gas station of all places.
What?
On the east side of the city of Detroit. The owner he was looking at whatever he was looking at was attached to his television, attached to his iPad or his computer.
Okay.
And he was just arbitrarily looking at it. I came in and I saw it, and 3 or 4 people were just sitting there looking at it.
Well, I don't think people are looking at it necessarily. I hope they're not, for entertainment. You know what I mean? It's heartbreaking, but it is a reality. It can serve as a reality of how well we should be aware of jealousy. We should check our own jealousies with our families and friends and people we love and the relationships that we're in, whether they are platonic or girlfriends or guys or whatever. It is an ugly evil that is rarely addressed and talked about, or how we never evaluate our own. So that video was disturbing to me. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, this kind of takes me back to slavery, where I mean, we were forced to kind of watch the buck breaking process, but now we have a choice. You know, And it's a difference now that we have a choice to speak up and say something. We just rather hold the phone and be the first to capture it and make sure TMZ gets it, or make sure our friends gets it, make sure
Exactly.
Facebook gets it. And I mean, we're exploiting ourselves in the most negative light possible, because the untouchables and everybody's look at them. You see
Yeah,
what they
look
doing,
at
right?
them.
You see what they doing. They was just crying about Kanye over here, but now look at them.
That's a good point of view.
Where's the argument? You know.
That's a good point of view. That's a
Yeah.
good point of view. Abina says she's been watching the story from day one. She is the one, my sister, who told me I needed to see it, because I don't keep up with the news. I do a little the social media part that I do, but I rarely watch the news and keep up with all of that. I don't need that in my psyche. But I did watch it finally so that we could talk about it. I cried because, for me, you guys, jealousy has been a Siamese twin for me my whole life since I've been on the face of the earth. I've had to face jealousy as a kid growing up in my family, with my friends, getting beat up at school, from abuse, from domestic violence, relationship. My son's father tried to kill me because he was so jealous. I'm experiencing jealousy right now as I sit here today. You know what I'm saying? People hate on you because you are pretty initially, because you're this or you're that. Now I'm living my truth, and I've got a lot of jealousy in my life. I've lost every friend I've ever had, basically, because of what I'm doing now. And so jealousy is something that no one addresses, no one understands. It's not in any self-help books. It's not taught in school. It's not taught in church. It's not taught in our daily lives, of how deadly, dangerous, and demonic jealousy can be, and we've seen that it is. You know what I'm saying? Prejudice and racism was born out of jealousy, because they were jealous of our skin tone, our color, our lips, our hips, our hair. You know what I mean? And now it just runs rapid. And that video showed her being beaten by her friends while her other friends were recording. That is probably the most heartbreaking ever. Can you imagine her mom and her dad? Can you imagine how they felt? Come on now, talk to me, Quintin.
I mean, I I can only imagine. How do you feel? What are you supposed to feel? I mean, the people who are supposed to be around her, the people who are supposed to take care of her, are the ones that came to you, put their foot, wipe their feet on your rug, put their feet under your table, and lied to you both face. And they all corroborated the story. The problem that I have is not one person that decided to say, you know what, I need to stand up and tell the truth. I got a soul. It's still in me. I'm not soulless. Only a soulless person could sit there, watch this, enjoy the rest of the trip. Because if you look at the videos, they enjoyed the rest of the trip, and then they came home.
They went home the next day. They took a flight back home and told her parents that she was still there, and about alcohol poisoning. Let me read these comments. Abina says the bloggers are the ones that made this story hit the news. This just didn't happen. Wow. Greta says, preach, Anfra. Sean Washington says, and to think that her friends actually thought they would get away with it. Oh my God. So one of the friends who was recording was telling her, you're not gonna fight back? You're not gonna fight back? She was naked. And this dude, who was a woman, a man, or whatever, who looked like a man, was just punching her. And I was like, oh, it made me have nightmares, truthfully. But Mike, what do you think? Tell us some of your thoughts.
For me, sister's been going through it, and we don't protect them. Yeah, and that's what we're here for. You keep saying friends, but to me, them men wasn't her friends.
Come on now.
Them was men beating on a sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then no other man come around and protect her.
Wow.
As if we have rights to protect our women.
Say that now.
You know what I mean? And it's just going on. The Black woman has it so hard. Woo! You have to deal with, her own stuff. And then if she got a man, she got to deal with him. And then they have to deal with the cheating and the
Yeah.
Lying.
Yeah.
And it's tiring and it's sickening. And then you have people out here playing the games. One time they want to be a woman, or they want to be considered a woman, but then you beat a woman like a man.
Yeah.
Like enough is enough.
And that's what that video was. This person that was beating her was transgender, and I have nothing against whatever you are. But in that video, the man came out. It was a man beating a woman. That's what it was. So how do you? We got to protect ourselves, because I'm still dealing with jealousy every single day of my life. But what I've learned to do is I recognize it. I feel it when I walk in a room. I feel it with all the people close to me, number one, because people who really don't know you can't really be jealous of you you know what I mean? So I dealt with it my whole life. Didn't understand what it is, how it affects you, people you trust, people you love, envy your spirit, your joy, your personality, your gift. They envy everything about you because of who you are, because of their lack of self-love, you know what I mean? Don't know who they are. I don't know the answer to conquer it, but we need to start with talking about it and educating ourselves, checking ourselves. Who am I jealous of? Why can't I be happy for my sister, my brother, my friend, my coworker, my family member? People will be happy for people they don't know before they will be happy and support the people that they know. That's because of the demonic spirit that I call jealousy, you guys. It runs rampant in our families. Even in my family with my own sisters and brothers growing up, I got jumped on every day at school because of how I look, got long hair. It has been a Siamese twin in my life. Right as I sit right here, I've lost so many people due to jealousy. Why is that? Because I'm not jealous. I couldn't do what I do if I wasn't jealous. So I want to know, Quintin, have you experienced jealousy? You're coming up, you're trying to do something different, follow your dreams. Have you experienced jealousy in any form in your life?
I mean, is what I would call jealousy. I'm sorry, what happened? Is what I would call jealousy. I'm sorry, what happened? Oh, I was getting the feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
It's what I would call jealousy. But I try not to,
You feel, what do you call jealousy?
Well, I mean, I've been told, oh, you can't sing, or you'll never go anywhere. It's hundreds of thousands of talented people. You ain't the only one.
Yeah.
A lot of different things. Oh, you use light skin privilege to your advantage.
Oh, yes, that colorism. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. I've experienced a lot of it. It's like, oh, well, you got this because you're light skinned, or because of what, and it's like, you know what? I think at the end of the day, man, we feel like we lost something, but we really never had them. They were only around to feed off of you, or to leech off of you, or to take from you, or whatever the case was. You really can't even count it as a loss. You really got to count it as a lesson.
As a lesson. There are no losses unless you lose your life. Yeah,
or you really lose people that were really down for you.
Greta says, I went same situation in life. God blessed with me 7 Cadillacs on my marriage also. I don't know what you mean by that. Abina says, she is a woman, not a man. She has a 9-month-old baby. You're talking about the she who was fighting Shaquilla, Abina?
There was the police had said that the lady who got killed was a transvestite initially.
Really? She's 25 years old.
And so what happened was, because they saw her in the courtyard initially during the day with a stocking cap on her head, not understanding that she was exchanging wigs, et cetera, et cetera. And so the initial official police report said transvestite. Yes. And so transgender. And so
are you talking about the girl who was killed, or the girl who was
girl who was killed?
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
so everyone thought that she was a male. And so that's why they were like, initially they was like, well, it probably was drinking, because if we see the video and we see a girl now fighting against who we think is a male, they didn't respond like they initially should have. And that's why everybody initially thought it was a male against a female fight.
Wow.
So the actual police got it wrong on site. And so
Okay,
that goes to let you know about their issue. Go ahead.
Okay, so Bina says Dejanay, whatever the girl that the one was doing the beating is a woman, not a man. Woo! That was a man looking at me. Like, come on. She's like, come on, okay. Man, she was very masculine then if she was a woman.
Wow.
But can you imagine, you guys, you are going on a trip with the people that you think are close to you in your inner circle to celebrate somebody's birthday, one of their birthdays. So you had to have some trust for them, some love for them, some compassion. You thought you were going to be safe. You were going to go have fun and celebrate a birthday, and your whole crew kills you, jumps on you, records it. She was naked when she was being beaten, you guys. This is the most evil thing that I've ever witnessed outside of some of the things that happened to me, but not with my friends like that. Can you imagine the jealousy? Wow. Where does that jealousy come from, you guys? What do you think? Tell me, Robert, where does jealousy come from?
Well, here's my issue. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about Ahmaud Arbery, and I'm thinking about someone who's filming while a son and a father are in a pickup truck following this boy when he's running. Yep. They accost him, kill him. Yep. There's a person who is still filming.
Yep.
Now the father and son rightfully gets murder, but the filmer gets manslaughter. And so that's just like murder. And and he was actually charged with murder also, second degree. But yep. I'm not sure if he actually was actually charged with, I mean, it actually stuck.
Yeah.
But I'm saying not even 9 months later, a year and a half later, we've got the same situation with a black on black crime. And I agree with Mike. You know, we're here as, you know, men of color to protect our women. Yep. And we're sitting there, and the best that we could do was to be behind the camera. And I just can't, I have to reiterate that, because I thought Mike, I can look at Mike and see he was just very patient. He was like, I'm about to let this bombshell out, because there's no way that brothers should not protect our black queens. And Mike, I agree with you, man. And I have to reiterate it, because it hurts me to the core when I think about this.
Yeah.
And then to be seeing it in the gas station, like it's just like it's like a movie on Netflix. Yeah, like it's a Netflix thing, and the people just they saying take two or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that piece of it for me dehumanized it for me, and I was like, I just had to say. And then you called me like maybe 5 hours after I saw it.
Ooh, I did.
To say we were going to do something on it.
Oh, wow, yeah, I did.
I was already kind of desensitized to the situation, so it kind of threw me over the edge, and I'm like, yeah, this definitely is jealousy. And then here's the whole thing about enviousness, because enviousness is, I want what you have, and I'm going to take what you have.
Yep.
Which is a whole different thing than jealousy. And that's the piece that we've got to, you know, first of all, we've got to be able to identify those people, because a lot of us seem so like a deer in headlights. Yep. When it comes to having these type of people hang around us.
Yep.
And they are no good for us.
Yep.
And these individuals, you know, if they'll shoot and kill you at your own backyard barbecue, what do you think they're going to do when they go to Mexico with you? And nobody's talking about the fact that she had 17 grand on her person. And we don't know.
She was missing 10,000 is what I read. They took 10,000 from her. Somebody.
So the official police report said that they were investigating whether she had it, because it was said that she was. So I just want to make sure that I'm being truthful. And so based on the report that I read, they said that they were trying to see how much she actually came through customs with when she did it. At the time that I was doing the research, no one had validated whether that particular thing was true or not.
Okay. But she was a young entrepreneur, 25 years old, had her own business. I forgot what the name of it was. I wrote it down, but I don't have it in front of me. And when you are striving to be different, to be successful, to do whatever God has given you to do, you have to check the people around you.
So
Go ahead, Mike.
with that being said,
Yeah,
you have people that's gonna be around you. Sometimes, it's a lifetime, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's just a season.
yeah,
And sometimes we get caught up thinking that people that's supposed to be in our life for a lifetime, and really they just there for a season.
say that, brother.
It's like a rocket ship taking off.
Yeah,
It got them flutters on the side. When it
Yeah.
get to a certain latitude, they fall off. It's
Yeah.
not that they mad, it's that they did their job and the rocket ship must go on without them. So we gotta get out of thinking everybody is our friend. Some people are just our associate.
yeah.
Some
And I
people are, to help us get to the next level. And then we gotta respect each other.
yeah,
We don't have a lot of that as Black people.
yeah,
And I say it all the time that even if it's somebody that I don't like, I gotta respect my brother. Even if I don't agree with what he do, I still gotta respect my brother. Even if he don't like me, I still gotta respect my brother, as well as my sister.
yeah.
We got lost somewhere along trying to make this right, and we just gotta get it back. And I really think that it started with the men,
Exactly.
in a religious aspect. He made us first for a reason. So we gotta just stand up and do what's right. It's just time, and we don't have no more time to be wasting time.
And so given that point, you guys, what concerns me is, because I navigated, and thank God I did die, because I've been beat up so much in my life from the time I could walk and talk, mentally, spiritually, and physically. And now my great nieces, who are young and pretty and ambitious, she's my great niece, is that because of social media, the young generation, they are taking it to the next extreme, like we see here now. We've got to educate our children on how to navigate this evil world and be aware of the people that they call their friends, what to look out for, because now there's more narcotics, more drugs, no more way to do things to hurt people and kill people and attack them at school, on social media, with everything. So education for me is the key, first to educate ourselves about what jealousy is, and even to check our own inner circle. The people that are close to, like I said, I feel jealousy when I walk in the room now. I know who I feel that energy because I have a high sense of discernment because of what I've been through. But we've got to teach our kids. Mike, you have a teenage daughter, but how old is Maya? Like 20 now? Did you talk to her about
21.
Around her, and does she understand what she's dealing with?
Just teaching her how to deal with people saying negative stuff. They just words at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I don't care what nobody got to say about me. But everybody ain't, it's different. Some people take it serious. Me, I don't care. They say I ain't this, or they say, oh, he holding his lines, or they say he ain't good at this. And I just try to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
I really embrace the energy, because it make me get to where I need to be. And then as they sit back and watch me elevate, what can they say then? Who can you tell something about Mike Love then?
Yeah.
So as I move on, I better myself. And then I just try to find people that's good people, and that's who you want to be on your team.
Yeah.
That's it. Because they out here. It's good Black men out here, it's good Black women out here. Everybody ain't just out here dogging each other.
Yeah.
We just got to come together.
Social media has put the evil in our viewing. You know what I'm saying? It's always been there. These killings, these deaths, these it's just more of it now. People are so angry, so jealous, because now we have more opportunities as Black people in particular to pursue that American dream of entrepreneurship in whatever format, right? Whether it be, modeling, acting, singing, dancing, owning your own business some kind of way. So we have way more opportunities to be successful, but with success comes that Siamese twin, for lack of better words, of people around you envying you because you are going for something greater in your life. And like you said, Mike, we have to learn that everybody doesn't come with us. Everybody, comes to our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. But we need to be in tune with people's energy. Their energy tells you who they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got the vibes. People know your vibes when you come in the room. Listen, I'm reminded, you spoke about social media. So I'm reminded about this show. It's called Baddies. Has anybody seen it?
Badness?
Baddies.
No, I hadn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, looking at the show, yes, I've looked at it, and they're young ladies who are African Americans, and they're in a house for the reason to fight each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so this is kind of Baddies Mexico. I mean, this young lady, and I just want to say, send out prayers to her family, because I don't want to sensationalize the issue and take advantage of that as our conscious talk show. So I want to put that out there first. But then the other thing is, this situation is like a Baddies in Mexico.
Yeah.
Real talk. So we got it on screen, and people were watching it.
I'm in the
games. But now you in Mexico, and you got this whole Baddies Mexico. You know what I'm saying? But now it's gone wrong because someone is dead from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Baddies like on Netflix or something, or one of the cable channels?
It's on the Zeus network. And it just kind of bothers my soul that, this is the type of, content that they choose to put out there and glorify.
Yeah.
And it shapes what our culture is, because that's not our culture. And I just want to touch on what Mike said, because it's just so timely, man. Like, as men, because I'm a man of order, and I believe that men are the head of the communities. I'm not against matriarchs, but I do believe that God placed the man at the head of the community for a reason, to be the decision maker, the ones to restore the order. Men have a special gift of being able to not necessarily control a woman, but put a woman back in an orderly place. Okay. And when you have men that stand around and watch women do this, or just let them girls fight, I hate that. I hate that.
That's why I can't watch none of the housewives shows. I hate that shit. Excuse me.
let them girls fight. Like, I hate when men say that I ain't getting in between no girl. See, it's disorderly, it's chaotic, and as men, we're supposed to be able to restore order, and we're not doing that. We become so desensitized to violence because it's everywhere, and this is what the media feeds us and tells us that this is a culture, and it's not our culture. It's not our culture.
It's not our culture.
It's not our culture, and that's the problem.
I was looking at a TikTok formula that China has versus what America has. Okay. And according to TikTok, youth and people under 25, they only get 45 minutes of TikTok in China. Here,
facts.
Here, we can watch that thing down a rabbit hole. I mean, I've seen people, seen a child say, hey, get off the phone, come back 3 hours later. Boy, didn't I tell you get off the blah, blah, blah? He's still on. And then their parent was like, this is free time. It's 4.5 hours. He on the same TikTok. No. And so my issue is, that's what they're watching. But the other thing is, what they're putting up on TikTok is allowed differently for the formula. So in China, you get math formulas, you learn about rainforests and things that are educational. Here in America, you learning about some backdoor dance, some back alley dance. And this issue for me, it becomes substandard. And this whole social media thing, and I think this is what you're hitting at, it starts to put a media of sort in our mindset, because we never, and the guys have hit on it. First of all, I agree with the fellas. I want to go on record and say I agree with the men. I think that men should be leading more than what they are right now. But then the Bible tells us to stay away from media or mediums, which are soothsayers, sorcery, etc. And I said it on a show before. Hollywood is from the holly tree. That's a sorcery stick, right? Just like Broadway is the way to destruction and narrow is the way to life, right? So we know that's why they call it Broadway, right? But so we know that there's sorcery in this. But the other piece is now this sorcery is formulated for just us now.
Yep. Because the one thing about us, you guys, that they know, and I say they, the powers that be, is that we like to be entertained, and we are the best entertainers. And I'm not saying that against the entertainment industry necessarily for those of us who are in the performing arts, but I'm saying that like China, they put education first. That's why they advanced at everything. We like to pop, snap, and dance. And we can play ball. We can do this, we do this. And they make money off of us. It's a part of slavery or pimping in America, as we talked about on a show a couple of weeks ago, Robert. Instead of us, and parents, they allow social media and the video games to babysit their children. They don't care. The children are quiet, they're in the house, they're okay, but it's not being used because it could really be very constructive, a tool of education and knowledge and awareness as well, but we don't use it for that. We don't. We like a twerking video will go around the world in an instant, where it's trying to teach somebody basic business economics, financial literacy, wouldn't travel, wouldn't go viral, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ms. Anfra. That when you break down the term social media, it's just that. It allows you now to be social from your house. You don't gotta go nowhere because I can connect with you. I never have to leave my house to connect with you. But see, what it is we don't control that. The powers that be controls it. So everything that's educational, the good things that we do filtered out, and then they push out the content that's dysfunctional. The stuff that's gonna dumb your mind down. The stuff that's gonna lower your vibrations. And so we can control. We can control to a certain extent individually. Mike can control what he puts out on his platform. Robert could control what he puts out on his platform. But as a collective in our culture, what's happening is that we just want to be seen. We want the views, we want the likes, we want the wow factor. And so we got to put something out there that's going to shock you.
The shock value. It's called
shock value. You know, we don't ever think about the message that we're sending and how we're tearing down the arguments that we have against these other cultures and these other races that we deserve to be what we deserve to be at. We mess it up for ourselves every single when we put out this dysfunctional, because all they could say is, well, look at what you put out. Go to y'all, go to Mike's page, go to Robert's page, go to Anfra's page, look at it.
If we were on here twerking right now or doing some,
we have 500 people watching live.
Easily. We would have 500 shares.
Easily.
And that is what I know. And that's why I don't, with my show, I don't even give a whole lot of thought to likes and shares, because I'm talking critical and conscious information, and people don't want to hear that. But if I was on here talking about the Kardashians, what happened here next, and blah blah blah, or OnlyFans showing my breasts and some shit like that, it would go viral. I'm not looking to go viral. I'm looking to make a difference.
Right.
To make some changes, to make you think critically and consciously about everything you do, you guys, because we're in a state now that we all can use our voice, use our life. But families, we've got to understand, and we've got to help educate our community that this social media and this information age is to our benefit. We've allowed it to be to our destruction
and detriment. And here's the thing, jumping back on this topic a little bit,
Yeah.
when I think about choosing friends who I'm going to go to Mexico with, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about my best friend from the second grade,
Yeah.
Johnny Turner. I'm thinking about Jimmy. We've known each other for 35 years since college. Now, if we extend it, it might be people who we know a little bit less than that, but I'm not going with somebody I just know for 6 months out of the country. You know what I'm saying? And so my thought is, you're sharing a house with these people. And here's the thing, and this is what I want to be to our young listeners. It's very important, guys, that you select your friends and make sure that they are above the cut as it relates to who you will take with you. Because I'm saying, I'm not even taking you to the lake on my boat if you're not somebody who I trust. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That's up the street. But to take you out of the country where laws are different, where things are less stringent, where they don't know you, so they really don't care, all of that, things are going to be less stringent. I'm saying no to that. And so I'm saying it seems like you were careless from the beginning, you know?
Premeditated, you guys. It had to be premeditated. They wasn't there 24 hours. And here we are now, we're talking about it. She's gone, her family is left. Her dad was on CBS Mornings yesterday, and they asked, because they had issued a warrant for that person's, man or woman, whatever she was, arrest. And he said that he was glad that they had issued the warning, but nothing is going to bring his daughter back. If they give her life, if they take her life, his daughter's never coming back, you guys. So there is no justice. Even if they find her, give him the life sentence, a triple life or whatever, he is never getting his daughter back.
That's what faith in God comes in there. I mean, Mike touched on it, of just being religious in general, or at least being spiritual, and have faith in God that, he's going to take care of you, and you'll be able to see your loved one again one day. A lot of people don't have that hope. And so I feel bad for that man that, he can't see past this.
His only child.
Yeah.
And not that it would have made any difference if he had other kids, but his only child that he had in the world has been killed by her friends. I pray that they get therapy, because you're going to need some therapy.
You're going to need that.
But forever to get through that. And it's a Christmas and holiday season, and all of that. So when you look at those things, parents out there, check your children.
Man, say that again.
To them, not say, "What's up? Come look at this video." Turn off the social media. Get off the television. Get off the video games, and sit down and talk to your children. And better yet, listen to them. They are trying to do something.
Or even the grown folks, check your friend. Why would you be listening to somebody that's talking about somebody that you know? Why even entertain it? We get that a lot. People always got something negative to say about somebody. Just say, I don't want to hear that.
Yes.
Just for the grown folks.
Oh, Mike, that's the truth. Because kids are doing what they see their parents do.
Most definitely.
Most
definitely.
They're just repeating what they see their parents do or don't do. You guys, our families are beyond broken, beyond battered, beyond abused. We're dying as a Black family. We're on life support, if you want to know the truth.
We really are. I mean, when you look at it, and Mike touched on it again. That's why I appreciate Mike for being here, man, because he brought so many topics up that we really need to talk about as a community. When you got these young men out that don't want to be young men anymore, and you got to look at it. Men, a lot of times we do stuff for women anyway. We get our hair cut for women. We get fly for women. We get a good job for women. And now we got women championing becoming a woman as a man.
Yeah.
I have no words at this point. So the Black family really is becoming more and more extinct. In the 80s, the crack epidemic took the man out the house. And then in the 70s, the government government was like, look, you can't have a man in a house and still get these benefits. So the man had to get out. Okay, now you got social media and I want to be cool and put my guns up here and put all this illegal money up here. That's taking men out the house. So the Black family is being attacked in so many different ways. And then you got the jealousy for the Black families that still exist, and you got people that are literally trying to infiltrate Black families. You got women who see a good Black man and a family, and then they want that man because, you know, they don't think the wife deserves him. You got, you know, vice versa, a good woman over there, and it's man, I don't know no more. It's like I love us, but at the end of the day, I almost avoid us. Like, it's to the point I almost avoid us.
Say that again.
I said I love us, but it's to the point where I almost avoid us because it's like probably 1 out of every 3 person is probably on that dysfunctional vibrations, and I can't really rock with that because I've climbed out of that, and I was there. I was dysfunctional, very dysfunctional, very toxic.
Really?
So I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I was just a saint my whole life. No, I was there. I had to climb out of it, and I don't want to be brought back there no more, because that's why the Bible says this is what some of you were. Yeah. Which means that you still have these traits. It's still in you. It's just that you've worked to mask it with the truth, the light, good things, positivity. But people can always bring you back there. That's why you got to watch who you call your friends.
Yes.
You know, I appreciate your transparency, Quintin. Here's the piece that I love about this. You're on one side of the road at some point, and then you've got to kind of cross over to the other side of the road. I call that crossing the road, the crossing the sands, or the wilderness experience. You get time with yourself. Because how can you be a good friend to someone else? You're not healed. You bring bitterness. You bring you're in pieces, and then what happens is you bring that brokenness to your new friendships. And so I'm suggesting that people, when they have this type of situation, because you know you're in that type of situation, you know that you're broken, you know that you're in pieces, find time for yourself, find some time with God, and then find time with people who have healthy relationships.
Yes.
And start identifying and self-evaluating what healthy relationships are for you.
Right.
And then putting yourself in this. And this is what I want to say to the brothers on the show today and who are listening to us. Listen, sometimes when we cross the street, we find that we're alone because there's not many brothers out there for us to just bump elbows with. And that piece, it almost wants to make me cry. It almost makes me cry because
I'm right there with you.
I'm out there professionally and I see brothers. And when we see each other and they're professional, I'm professional, we're on the same page, but it's like passing ships. You barely get to have any time. So it's like, I need to rub elbows and feel comfortable and just get to marinate in that.
Yeah.
And that's the piece that I want more of. And I'm saying, in order for us to do that, we have to have strategic times outside of social media that we can just sit and look at football or sit and cook together or sit and do these things that men do.
Help each other and help each other heal.
Bruh,
that's not barbershop related. That,
do you hear me?
That's buildable, that creates more sustainable processes in our families and our communities, because that's very, very important.
It is.
Huge.
It is. It's
that touched me. I'm sorry, that touched me, man. For real. Because I mean, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Ms. Anfra, but I don't have friends. To his point, I don't have friends. I don't really have men I can call that could check me and I could check them. I don't have friends. So my circle is so small, I literally find myself sometimes talking to myself.
Well, you got one now, Quintin.
Yep, same here.
Got one now.
Love.
I'll be your friend.
That's love. I appreciate
Loyalty.
that, Mike.
Loyalty is real.
Man, do you hear me?
It is. But you know, like you said, everybody, you've been there, I've been there. I'm in anger management. And it ended up being and this was some years ago, but it ended up being a counseling session. And the lady asked me, did I love myself? She said, don't be in a rush to answer it. She said, think about it and then answer it. And as I thought about all the people that I hurt, the people I mistreated, I lied to, I did wrong, I couldn't love myself. You know, so I broke down, like a tear fell out my eye, because I couldn't believe that I've been going all these years. And if anybody asks me, you know, I'll be the first to say I love me, but you can't love yourself when you're hurting people. Mistreating, lying, you know, and now I speak with somebody. You know, I talk to somebody twice a month, and it helps. And that pride that we have as Black men, we got to learn to drop it. That pride, man, it is killing us out
what
here.
You said.
You know, and
said.
So I'm trying to work on that. And it's a work in progress. You ain't gonna change overnight. But as long as you admit your issue and you working on it, that's all we can do out here. And just strive to be better. I really, truly believe, and I've been saying this a lot, that, you know, we always running around trying to think God want us to do this and God want us to do that. But I honestly believe that all he want to know is, what are you willing to give up to help somebody else? That's it. What are you willing to sacrifice to help the next person, whether you know them or not? And that's what we got to work on.
Kindness goes a long way, you guys. Just acknowledging somebody and accepting somebody for who they are at the time you meet them. You know, just that's what we do here. You guys are having a break. We're having a breakthrough here tonight, you guys, because men rarely talk about what they're dealing with. And so part of jealousy in abusive relationships, which I've been in, my son's father tried to kill me, is because of jealousy. Nobody could talk to him. He didn't talk to nobody. Nobody reached out to him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know. You guys are less likely to go to counseling or talk to somebody because you're taught not to cry. Men don't cry. Men don't do this. And men should be there. Be a man about it or whatever. But you guys have feelings. You have issues that you dealt with in your lives or still dealing with. And you need to talk to somebody. Now they got that whole talk therapy thing, because when you talk to people and you realize you got something in common with them, if you listen and purge what's in your soul, that's the only way you can heal. You got to heal from your heartaches and your life. Robert, you about to say something?
I was just thinking about the process and how we connect. You know, when I think about my dad, I'm fortunate to have a dad who was very active in his life, skated with me. I still go skating with him to this day. Swimming, still go swimming with this day. So I'm appreciative to it. But I was afraid to tell my father I didn't like baseball and I like basketball better, right? And so he had me out there pitching the ball. I didn't like pitching. You feeling me? And so I'm saying this because my dad is the strategic, tough guy dad, right? Yeah. I mean, this guy's a tough guy. Like, I'm still afraid of him today. He is in his late 70s, right? And so he's at all of the fights, he usually beats them. I'm not talking about physical fights. Like when we're having conversation, like I'm like 4,000 with this guy, right? And so one of the things that I notice is that when it comes to sharing and being open, that's not him.
Yeah.
It's just not him.
That's my dad.
Now, if you want somebody who will bring home the bacon, him. You want somebody who say they're going to be there on time, 30 minutes early. You want somebody who's going to say they're going to shut down, get it done properly. But start talking about a feeling.
Yeah.
Nothing. So we're just getting to the point. Now, when he starts to talk about his feelings, he starts to cry first, right?
Yeah.
And he can't even talk. So it's like the first 30.
So much pent up stuff.
It's snot and crying for 30 to 45 minutes. And then when you finally get to this point of talking, it's like, bro, I feel you, but I don't need. He's like, after 78 some years, where do I start?
Yeah. Because probably no one's ever, most men, my dad was that way too, never were told to express how they feel. So the feelings come out in anger because when you hold something in, you're going to blow up one day.
Oh boy, you don't want this guy to blow up. No,
Look,
sir.
as kids, when you got spanked, especially as men, you know, in the old school, what's the first thing your daddy told you? Stop that crying. We've been taught as little boys, do not cry. Crying is bad. Stop crying. But daddy, you just hit me. This hurts. And I can't cry, but I gotta hold it in. And so that's
now
why
you whooping me because I'm crying.
Yeah.
right.
The whooping was over, but since I'm crying and I'm not shutting up fast enough, now I'm getting the whooping because of that. Yes, sir.
You know, we're supposed to be enjoying our lives in our 30s and 40s, and a lot of us, myself included, has taken some forms of therapy. And, you know, and it's like we're trying to capture what's left of our lives because we've missed so much. We've only existed. And we were in survival mode. We were fighting against the system, against the police, against, you know, a lot of other elements. And some of us don't start to live until we get into our 40s and 50s. And what does the Bible say? Life expectations is what, 70 to 80 years with special mindedness. So I mean, you talk, we get what, 20 years out of an 80-year span to actually live. That's not fair, you know. And so we got to do better as men for the Gen Zs, our young boys.
Yes.
We gotta check. You know, we look at, oh man, I ain't finna check these little gangsters. No. See, these used to be us.
Right.
And I wish that the big homies, when the big homies came and talked to me, I actually listened because it felt like somebody cared.
Yes.
I didn't have my big brother growing up. So anybody who was like a big brother to me, I wanted that. I needed that. And so I actually listened to the big homies. A lot of these young dudes won't listen. And it's because the big homies is encouraging these young boys to tote their guns. Oh, well, you ain't gangster unless you didn't kill somebody. Yeah. You ain't tough unless you didn't kill some. The most respected person in the hood is the toughest guy, is the person who didn't killed somebody. How is he the most respected? And he's the one that's actually taking people out your hood. I've never understood that.
That's a mentality. It is, and all of that, all of the violence against each other, the gangs and all that, is born out of jealousy. You
jealousy,
guys. Envy, hatred,
insecurity.
It starts from self-hatred. When you're not taught to love yourself and how to love yourself, you know?
I think there's an other side to that though. Because I think a lot of times, like for instance, when I talk to gang members, I'm a counselor. One of my internships was that I talked to gangs in Southeast Washington, DC, right? Yeah. And one of the things that they consistently said was that I needed collaboration and fellowship with other men.
Yep. That's why they join gangs. They want to be
and it was like, that was like the original reason why they got in the gang. Now, because whatever they did once they got in the gang, that collaboration and that fellowship remained the same. And then there was loyalty. So they felt safe.
They felt loved. Believe it or not.
And so all of the other stuff that comes with it, of course, may not be good. But let's be honest. Let's look at the gangbangers for a minute. They're well prepared. They're good. They could be good businessmen and good salesmen. So they have good traits. It's just that we've got to take those things that we've been socialized to do out of us and then reprogram ourselves to do things that are good. Here's another flip. I think there's a good time to be jealous. And Kanye West said it best. He said, I'm jealous of the Jewish community because when people talk about them, they say that they work together, they're united, and they have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm jealous of that. I'm not jealous of it like I'm envious of it. Yeah. I'm jealous of it like I got goals and things that I want to do, and the people in my circle, this is how we're going to move, like that jealousy. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, sometimes that jealous piece can be a hashtag goal. If you guys get what I'm saying. Yeah. That's right. Because I'm like, that's what I'm jealous of. Yeah. And there's some things in life that I say, you know what, I'm jealous of that. Like one of the things that I see as in construction and just in period, I'll see a Hispanic team come through and they work together. You hear me?
Rolling.
When they come through, they be working together. Yeah. I'm like, some people not even getting paid. They just like, oh, I just came to help out my essay. I just came to help out my homie. I'm coming to give 3 hours because he needed some help. Boy, if I ask a brother to do that, come on, help me somebody. And that piece, it kind of hurts me because I wish that I had a crew that was just like, you know what, bro? We know you got blah, blah, blah. I got you. And that piece is the piece that I'm jealous of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I grew up in a sheltered environment, like an Adventist community, where I had that for my religious piece.
Yeah.
But for the other 8 areas of human activity, I don't have it. And so that piece of it is, I'm jealous of it in a good way. And that's my hashtag goals.
In a healthy way. And that is, you're using the word jealousy, but truthfully, the word that you're talking about with that healthy, you are inspired by their bonding, their connection, their commitment to family, to helping each other. You really are inspired by what you see with them do. And that's how I feel. That's why I do what I do, because I've never been jealous of anybody. I can compliment any woman, whatever you're doing. I help if I can, because I feel like what I give comes back to me in some way. You know what I'm saying? And it's just natural. But people, we're talking about jealousy, you guys, for those of you who are watching, who just tuned in, we're talking about how jealousy is a pandemic in the Black community. We're talking about how families don't support each other. Part of the jealousy that divides us, because jealousy divides people. And part of the jealousy even started in our own community with the light skin versus the dark skin, your Black self, your white self, you high yellow, you this, you that. It stems from the teachings in slavery, truthfully. And we whatever is opposite of you, then we tear that opposite down. From the skin tone, the hair, people hate you because of your hair. You got good hair, you got nappy hair, you got this, you got that. That self-destruction is been going on for centuries and centuries, and is not being addressed. And here we are in 2022, almost 2023. We see that every day we wake up, somebody got killed on the freeway, somebody got shot at the such and such, somebody blah, blah, blah. That jealousy is why women are abused, you guys, because men haven't gotten the emotional and spiritual support that they need growing up. So they take it out on their women. They beat us.
Come on.
It's jealousy because the woman got a good job and the woman's thinking she make her own money, she independent. Then you get a man and he can't handle who you are. And I'm speaking for myself. You get a man, you think you're something because you got this, you got that, you got that. It is the root cause of so many ills in our lives. The common denominator is jealousy.
100%. And what business does a man have competing with a woman, or being what business do you even have in that arena as a man?
Yes.
What business do you even have? Like you a whole grown man, and at the end of the day, what you gonna say? I'm a man, respect me. Man, you was just going tit for tat with that woman. You was just going just as hard as she was going, and nobody wanted. Like, come, how do you even say at the end of the day, I'm a man, respect me? Because she looking at you like you've been on my level the whole time.
But if you gotta say that, then the respect automatically is not there. I mean, that's like saying I'm a man, bro. If you don't know you got a pair, something wrong already.
Yeah.
If you gotta say respect me, then you haven't did the work that you need to do to get respected. Period.
Jealousy is. Go ahead, Miss Anfra. I'm sorry.
Jealous of each other. Siblings. I know because I live it. Siblings will be jealous of each other. You know, it's so much jealousy, and jealousy maturates, if you will, into hatred. Hatred maturates into violence. Because you don't want that person to have more than you, or whatever the case may be, you guys. When we all need to check ourselves. Because nobody wants to stand up and say, like alcoholics say, I'm an alcoholic, my name is such and such and such. People need to start saying, my name is such and such, and I'm jealous. Because until you can't hear from something until you acknowledge that you got it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But if you sit around talking about your girlfriend, she got this, she thinks she that, or men, whatever the case may be. The problem is you talk about that person because you hating on them, because you're jealous of something that they have that you don't.
Yeah.
That you don't.
Yeah. It's that pride once again that Mike shed that light on is men. especially as black men. It's that pride that we got. Oh man, she can't make more than me. Oh man, my woman taking care of me now. You know, and so what we do sometimes, and I'm not judging anybody, but you know, what do? Sometimes we go out and we'll try to get money by any means necessary just to show her, you know, I can't let her upstage me. And we end up trying to do it the wrong way. We go the quick way. We try to hustle. We trying to hit a lick real quick. We try to bust a move real quick. And then just because at the end of the day, we're jealous. Or I'll even take it a step further. How do I look? If Mike got 5 million, Robert got 5 million, and I got $5. And now I want to take it from him. Instead of asking him, hey, Mike, what did you do to get there?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hey, Robert, what did you do to get there?
Oh boy.
Just hit you in the DM, just off this. Oh, I ain't gotta do it in front of everybody. Hey, bro, look, man, I'm out here. I'm hurting, and I see you up, brother. How did you get there, man? What did you do? Nah, I'm gonna put the black mask on, or I'm gonna get real buddy with Mike. I'm gonna get inside his circle, and then I'm gonna hit him when he ain't looking.
And let me add to this, big guy. And this is what most people don't understand. There's so much room at the table that the table is empty.
Right.
Like in our situations, in our communities, we have empty tables. That's what the real issue is.
That's right.
We need scientists. We need people who can create manufacturing. We need people who are lawyers. There's so many needs that we have. Yes. You trying so hard to be somebody else. You can just say, hey, what is the empty chair at the table that you're at? Because if you're making 5 million, I'm making $5, I'm ready to do whatever needs to be done.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, Quintin, when I go into the doors of the people who I look up to as my mentors at this very moment, I'm saying, hey, here's my skill sets, bro. Your table looks way, way more better than my table looking right now. And my table is not a bad table, but it's looking better than my table. What do I need to do to sit at this chair?
That's right.
And you know what they say? Well, I don't know. I see that it's empty. I ain't even know what the people who was doing at the table. Guess what? It's 10 of those chairs empty. So please, if you out there making $5, it's 10 of those chairs empty. You can take one. And there's room at the table for you. God made that table. He put those chairs there, and that chair has got your name on it.
We all have a gift. It starts with education. It starts with, if you out there, if you're a parent and you're watching, check yourself first before you check your children. Take some inventory of your life. Are you happy? Know who you are. What are your goals? Where do you want to be in 5 or 10 years? What is it going to take to get there? Because your children are watching you, and whatever you are doing or not doing, that is what they're going to do times 10. You know,
yeah.
And so the way to get rid of jealousy is what we're doing now, raising the consciousness that it is killing us. And what can we do individually and collectively to get the jealousy out of our community and the Black family, you guys? Because that jealousy is why we won't support each other in business. That jealousy is why we don't want to, if we got that crab syndrome. Every time one get up, we pull them down. You know, we've got to stop them. We got to check our own selves. Do we do that?
No, not. And here's the issue. I've had many filet of fish from McDonald's that were not the best filet of fish. You know, it was dry. The cheese was brown when I got it. It was hot. It was hot. You understand what I'm saying? But we'll go to our own people, and that will happen once, and we never go back again. But I can tell you that if push comes to shove, I got to go get a fish sandwich. I'll still go to McDonald's and get a fish sandwich, right? But we never go back and patronage our people. We've got to say to the people, listen, I had this experience with your stuff, bro, and the fish was blah, 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 and there was this. I still want to patronage you, but I just want you to know, because I look forward to seeing you have a better fish sandwich.
Yeah.
Simple.
Or stop thinking that because that a business is a Black business, you need the Black discount. Because you don't.
Oh, that's even worse. Or this is way, way too much. Well, go ahead and drive 15, 20 minutes to the next place that's not in your town.
Yeah.
So put the gas, that's the gas allowance on that. and then go spend what you're going to spend over there, which is probably going to be more, even if it's $5 or $6 less. So what? Because we haven't learned group economics yet.
Economics.
And so we're not able. Yeah, I'm the first hair salon store. Yeah, I'm the first blah 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 that's selling it. But I don't get it because those people, it's 30 of those stores. So of course, if they order in bulk and take it to a warehouse and then divide it amongst all 30 stores, it's going to cost them less.
Yeah.
But the reason that it costs them less is because you support them.
Yeah.
Well, and I just want to touch on something too. A lot of times the reason as to why we ask for that Black discount is because we don't have the value on ourselves that we have on them.
Oh boy.
See, we put the value on Gucci because they told you that Gucci costs $500, and they told you that if you don't have Gucci, you ain't nothing. So
never owned any Gucci.
So it's like when we see us with our version of Gucci, it don't look as good. We don't have the same value. It's because it's like, look at them. They think they better than me. They got them a little clothing brand, or they got them a little this. But why is it a little this and a little that? Why can't it be as big as Gucci? Why can't we come in there and spend the same amount of money? I see my brother hustling, and this is the price that he put on it.
Yes.
Like, I don't get it.
So we got to start to value each other, but because the one thing that we were not taught as part of our continuous slavery was ownership in anything. We were taught to just go to work and spend our money, and we feel good. The ego feels good when we're wearing that polo back in the day, that Guess jeans.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All the way up to now, you guys, because we were not taught ownership, and we were taught that self, like if you do your own hair, she do her own hair. Anything you can do for self empowers you. Anything that you can do for self empowers you.
There's a story I always tell. I was going to get my junior lifeguard certificate. I think I was 13, and it was at the Jewish Community Center.
Oh, yeah, you did tell us that, yeah. And
there, the little boy, I think the at that particular time, the income was like $5 an hour was the normal income for everybody, right? And so little boy was like, they were teaching him that if he worked 40 hours a week, that he would have $200 based on the $5 an hour, blah, blah, blah. And so they said, well, they were telling him that his $200 was worth $1,800. And I was like, what do you mean? I said, what do you mean it's worth $1,800? They said, because we spend each dollar in our community 9 times before it leaves the community. Yep. When you put $200 in our community, it becomes $1,800.
Yep.
And so I had to just chew on that. I had to chew on that. Because here's what we do. And this is really what we should be jealous of and envious of. That these individuals choose to use their money in their own community. And guess what we do? We go and take our money and put it in their community, and it becomes $1,800 for them.
Yep, not us.
So $200 becomes $1,800. It's more now. This was when I was 13. It goes in their community 9 times. $1 goes 9 times at that moment when I was 13 in that community before it leaves that community. So that's for every $1, that's $9. For $200 is $1,800.
And we weren't taught that economics. We weren't taught anything about financial literacy that benefits us.
No, because we're jealous of each other, and I don't want Mike to have that. I don't want Robert to have. I don't want you to have that, Miss Anfra. I'd rather go give it to somebody else who don't look like me.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you guys a true story. In 1999, when I first decided to self-publish my book and told New York to give me my manuscript back, that I could self-publish because I had learned on the internet how to do it, I went to my family, you guys. And I love my family. They love me. I'm just telling you, this is a true story. And I type up the letter and asked everybody for a $50 investment to help me start FIG Publishing at the time. 25, 23, 24 years later, I never got a dime for anybody in my family. I called one of my relatives and asked her, because she loaned me $1,000, and she said to me, are you behind on your mortgage? I was like, no. Your car note? I like, no. Your light bill? I said, no. And she said, well, I can help you in your business. If you needed my help to survive, I would do that, right? And that's why I told you guys last week, I got that saying, oh, so in the Black community and Black families, you will only help us to survive. You will not help us to succeed. And that's how we are. If your child go kill somebody or rob a bank or something, the Black community will rally around him to get him out of jail and get a lawyer. But if he want to start a business and do anything positive, oh, I ain't got a dime, I can't help. We got to break that cycle. We got to start helping each other to succeed. Instead of just keeping our head above water. I won't let you get put out. Or your house get burned down, we'll come around, do some groceries. That's a good thing, don't get me wrong. But how about let's starting to change the narrative and help each other to succeed, in business. How about, like you said last week, I saw where people say, how about instead of having baby showers and proms, let's have some business showers, Somebody open a business, let's bring some money and some tools and equipment and help to support that business. And they get off the ground and we help the next person and the next person. Those are the type of parties we need to start having. Success parties, business parties, you know what I mean? But it's type of conversations and awareness because we don't have that awareness in our community. Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, you got to think about it. And I know we always take things back to slavery, but you got to think about it. The slaves, very few of them really tried to help you escape and to get free. They just taught each other how to survive and get through the day. Yeah. We on this plantation. This is what it is. We ain't getting off. If you run, they'll kill you. They'll chop your foot off. They'll do. So don't run. Just don't try to read, put them books away, don't let them see, we helped each other survive the slavery era until it was abolished and until somebody else, helped. But see, as a collective, we didn't come together and help each other get free, stand up, promote freedom. Like today, promoting freedom, which is helping people start their businesses. We don't do that. We would rather say, well, let me just help you get by. Like you say, oh, you need some money? Okay, let me just help you get back to the next. No, but I need to start a business.
Yes.
I need to open up the market.
Ownership is still a strange concept. Now, the younger generation, they got it, they got it because they're using this information age. Even on OnlyFans, I keep saying if I get broke, I'm on OnlyFans. But I'm selling my fingernails. But anyway, but I'm just we're about out of time, you guys, because I do have to get up early. It's almost 10 o'clock, you guys.
I want to just share this text. It's from Matthew 18:15-17. Okay. And it's about if you have aught with your brother. Okay. It says, if your brother has aught against you, go tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have gained a new brother. Listen to that.
Amen.
But if he does not listen, take one or two others along with you, that every charge may be established by the evidence of the two witnesses. If he refuses to listen, and then you can go to others, right? And so, of course, one of the others in this particular text is the church, but I'm not really preaching the church. I'm really preaching that if you learn how to go to the person when you're jealous of them, a lot of times you will learn the conversation will show you that you shouldn't even be jealous of them because they don't even know why you should be jealous. They don't even know why you should be envious. They're like, bro, if you want to come through all of this hard work that you didn't see me do, that you really just seeing the outward appearance of what the hard work got, let me tell you what it was hard work to get to this spot.
That's right.
And so
you don't want to put the work in.
Yeah, so I want to encourage people, if you see somebody and you're jealous of them or envious of them, go to them and see the level of work that they had to do. I'm not talking about silver spoons in their mouths. I'm talking about see the level of work these people had to do to get to where they are, the level of school, the level of university, the level of professionalism, the level of, bro, I was the pooper scooper for 20 years and then I was this. You understand what I'm saying?
Come on.
This thing. And so I want to be very cautious. because we will see somebody with some nice shoes, a nice coat, a nice car. And yes, there are people who, what we call back in the day, they perpetrate, right? Yeah. But there are really people who earn these things because they had to walk that walk and talk that talk and actually do what it was needed in order to get it. And I like what Quintin said, just go ask. Just go ask.
Yeah. And so, Mike, you tell us, have you experienced a lot of this now that you are pursuing your higher purpose? Have you experienced jealousy as a man doing what you do now?
Man, you know, I do a lot. I work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm shooting 2 movies Saturday. I got to worry about how I'm going to figure that out with my job because I'm supposed to be at work. But I don't have time to worry about what somebody think about me. I just don't.
Do you feel energy negative? Because, you know, we talked about that a lot, me and you. Do you feel I feel negative energy when I come in the room.
Like I said, I embrace it. You know, somebody thinking that I ain't going to do good or he this or he that. I embrace it just to show them that I'm here. I came from the gutter. You know, everything that I got, I had to work for. Ain't nobody gave me nothing. You know, and I make do. I didn't understand how money worked, you know, and got myself around people that make money and know how it works, and I learned. So out here, you know, you your only failure. You.
Say that again.
You your only failure.
You are your only failure.
Yeah, I've done everything I ever wanted to do. Graduated from college after my 6th grade teacher told me in resource that I going to college for what? Y'all don't need to go to no college. And I didn't. I got 40 when I went and I graduated. So who lied? I ain't got nothing. I ain't got to listen to nobody negative. I can care less, you know, and talk about me. They talked about Jesus. Who cares? Who am I? I'm just Mike Love. They talked about Jesus. I know they don't care about me.
Man, come on.
So,
now, if they're not talking about me, I'm not doing nothing.
That's right.
They don't talk about you if you're doing something. But words are powerful and words do hurt. Now, Quintin, you are pursuing your dreams. You talked about that too. You've lost your friends. I want you guys to know before we close, I've interviewed a whole lot of people here in the last 6 years, which probably, I don't even know, I lost count, over 1,000 some people. But I would say 99% of the people that I've interviewed all talk about how jealousy and they've lost friends and people close to them. And, you know, the thing about it is, like you said, Mike, people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And if you guys are out there and you're trying to pursue your dreams, to be the best you, because whatever that best is, you're going to lose people. But then you'll find your tribe, people who are like-minded, trying to go where you're going, do what you're doing, share ideas and thoughts and help each other. And you have to really get thick skin. But you still have to be aware and in tune, because everybody, you don't know who's coming for you sometimes. You know, you have to just really become more intuitive, raise your sense of discernment, and be careful of the circle. The smaller your circle, the better, I think. For me, anyway. My circle is so small now, I don't know how to have anybody I can depend on or you know, just confide in, because people love to take what she said, Anfra said this and da da da. I'm very conscious, if you will, in what I do. But here we are today, you guys. We're going to close out, you guys. Quintin, I'm going to let you have a few last words and give each one of you. Tell us what you're working on now, or what we can expect from you coming up, since you're now a correspondent of Yams 3C.
I mean, working on anything actively, you know, I make music. I do a lot of covers and stuff, of like old music, some current music. So I mean, I just randomly put stuff out when it's on my spirit to just put something out. But I mean, like, I'm not signing anybody. I am, you know, definitely with the Coleman and Neal brand, Movie Go with Delwan Coleman, Venture Films, Venture Quest Films. Sorry. So, you know, I got some stuff that's coming out, but right now I'm just really kind of focusing on my relationship with God and getting back in tune with him. just because of the simple fact that I noticed that my life has been way more tumultuous when I didn't have his mind on things.
Yeah.
When you know, when I allowed the devil to infiltrate my thinking and to kind of go against the things that, you know, Ephesians and Corinthians speak about, you know, the works of the flesh and things of that, and giving into what I want, what makes me feel good, or what I think makes me feel good. I had to readjust myself and to grab hold of God's hand again. And I'm not going to be preachy or get religious or overly spiritual, but I say that to say we're in a spiritual warfare right now. That's it's way bigger than me. It's way bigger than all of us. We're in a spiritual warfare, and we can't see spirits, of course, but we could feel it, and we could see them manifested through people that's running the world, the Bidens, the Trumps, the real power players, the people that really shape the economy. We see what's going on, and we see that the devil has been here since 1914 for people who really understand what's going on. So I'm saying all that to say, I appreciate us being able to come together as a collective to share one thought and to agree. I'm friends with Mr. Robert, but I'm gonna make sure I connect with Mike and stay connected with him, because I'm all about connections. I think life is about connections and about
Positive connections.
connecting with people. You know, so I'm gonna make sure I connect with my brother and we stay connected and we just share ideas and perspectives, and even if we don't agree, we still got respect, we got love, right. and that's just what it is.
Thank you. Mike, tell us about what you got coming up, or, you know, I know you got, if you want to.
I got a few things. I'm also with Movie Go now.
Man.
Yeah, they're one doing this thing. I'm in Emancipation with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Coming out on the
Whoa.
2nd.
Congrats.
I filmed with my girl. I don't know when the show coming out. Regina King, A Man in Full. I filmed with her. That was an experience.
Wow.
We got a local young lady, Laquita Longhorn. We done did her 4th film. You know, I done did 3 of them. She hit me up, and we done dropped 2, and we working on one Friday. You know, I thank God for her. Yeah, just out here trying to live, trying to make it. You know, taking it one day at a time. And I got whoever want to know whatever information that I can help. You know, I'm gonna give it. You know, what you do with it is what you do with it.
Yeah.
But I'm sharing it.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Again, he is going to be in Emancipation, that is coming out on December the 2nd, you guys. It'll be streaming in limited theaters and on Apple TV on December the 9th, you guys. That's a Will Smith's latest project. Robert, what are you doing? Robert is a zero-naire in Detroit, you guys. He does a lot. Tell us a little bit about you, Robert. What you got coming up?
I want to defer to a gentleman who I went to school with. He just came out with a movie. His name is James C. Turner. I actually just put his pic in the Yams 3C video of us tonight.
Okay.
He's airing in December at a theater near us.
I saw that.
And although it's not everywhere in the nation, this brother is a very serious brother. When he says he's going to do something, it gets done. He doesn't stop till it gets done. So I want to defer some of my time to him and just say congratulations to him. The title of the thing is Noble Intentions. And I think it's going to be a great movie. He has a headliner who is a known star in Hollywood. And so I'm just proud of him. And I hope that, you know, he does what he's striving to do. But I know that as we begin to connect our cities together in a healthy way, I would hope that he and Quintin would definitely, you know, have a chance to talk, because he is definitely in that aura. So I want to put that out there for that meeting to happen. But the other piece is, last Saturday I had a sermon, and the sermon was about God had implored me. I was asking the people who I was preaching to take 10 seconds out of their life to see what they needed to do, what God would tell them during that 10 seconds. Okay. And people text me, but God put it on my heart at that moment in that 10 seconds to make sure I minister to men. So Next Labor Day, guys, you're invited to a men's retreat. It's going to be in Yakagani Mountains in Ohio, Powell, Pennsylvania. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's whitewater rafting or canoeing or fishing. If you don't do any of them, you can go to the waterfalls and sit and watch.
Yeah.
We're camping out, but we're doing some men's stuff together. So you guys are welcome to be a part of the presenters, because I can tell that you have that ability. And so whatever you want to present on, you just do that. But I want to go ahead and open that invitation.
When is that going to be, Robert? Next year?
The Labor Day weekend next year.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
And so we got plenty of time, because we got to, you got to give brothers time to, but here's the thing. As I began to unlock that I needed time with men, and see, we've got a situation where when you say that, it sounds gay, right? But I need time with men so that I can mature what I should be doing as a man.
Yes.
And so we need to spend time together to formulate what that is, so that our youngsters who need time with men can also do this. And so I want to be serious about this, and I want to be intentional about it. And I want to make sure that we're the stroke of a pen, down to the minute, down to the plan. And so it's going down next Labor Day weekend. So you guys are invited on that. The next thing is, I'm excited because I'm starting some new contracts. I told you guys I'm getting through the ceiling. Congratulate me, because I'm at the next level now. I told you last week that I was busting through. Yeah, and I'm busting loose, baby.
Yeah.
But please be patient with me. And I want to say this even to my clients. At this level, I am a freshman. You guys hear me? I was like the superstar. At the other level, I was a superstar senior, captain, All-American, all county. But right now, I still have that confidence, but I can tell you this, I'm a freshman. And so I'm working as a freshman. I'm moving like a freshman, but I have the confidence as a senior. And so I want you guys to pray for me that my confidence does not blackball me for what my abilities have allowed me to get to. And so that I'm mature enough to know that I must be patient in this process so that I can go through these next steps to become a senior at this level.
Okay, Robert. Okay.
So I'm awesome. I'm feeling awesome about it. So thank you, guys.
Okay, Robert. I'm so glad for you. Congratulations. I always knew that you had it in you. Let me read some comments here that just are popping up. Tasha Gisman says, we are energy. Yes, we are. And Shamika Robinson says, I said that on my live a few weeks ago. Yes. And Angela says, yes, we are. Maya Love says, amen, Dad. Lovely to best.
Okay.
You have to learn to let people lead. Yes. Steve Brown says, yes. The smaller, the better, the smaller the circle. Tasha says, love you, Anfra Boyd. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We're closing out on jealousy, you guys. We're going to continue this conversation a little bit more next week, you guys, because we're going to talk about different phases of jealousy and what it does to us, and how it tears us down, how it holds us down and keeps us being I don't know the word I want to use, being the people that we are today who hate on each other. We're talking about how to love yourself, because when you start to love yourself, then you'll stop on other people. That jealousy is because of something you hate within you that you don't have or that you lack. So we'll be back next week. I am thankful again, you guys, for living my truth. I talked about that last week. My truth is that I'm not jealous. I don't have jealousy. I'm happy for anybody. But if you want to come on and join us next week, you guys, just inbox me. I'll be glad to send you a Zoom invitation. The more people that can come on and we start to share our truth, share what we've been through, talk about these things openly. This is therapy for us, for the Black community. We can acknowledge that something is wrong, this big, excuse my French, this big ass elephant of jealousy that's always in every room, at every family reunion, at every function, at every ... But we can get rid of that big, gigantic problem that's blown up in our community, then we can be a better people. And we can be a better people. We can collectively take back our families, our communities, our jobs, our lives, start growing gardens and all the other things that we need to do to survive, you guys, and to thrive in this society as we approach 2023. Okay. That is the show for tonight, you guys. Thank you guys. Thank all of you, my brother. I feel like a queen amongst all you kings.
As you are.
Thank you. Thank
As
you.
are.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
guys.
All right, we're gonna close out, you guys. Thank you, guys. I will be back on Sunday, you guys, with my regular scheduled show. I'm interviewing a rising actor here too. Do you guys know Delaney? Delaney is I think
that's my boy. Yeah, that's my boy. Shout out to Landis, man. That brother, hey, he going places. He's going places.
He's a young man, you guys, brilliant guys. He calls me mom. But I'm like, but anyway, he's Tasha's son too. I'm interviewing him Sunday, you guys, and then we'll be back, of course, next Wednesday with part 2 of jealousy in the Black community. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Quintin. Thank you, Mike Love. This is Anfra at FIG Productions, home of the Yams talk show. Robert, where we don't what? We don't employ people.
We empower you.
Thank you, guys. See you guys next week.
Much love, guys.
Much love.
All righty.